Agent of Chaos. What's going on, guys? Logan JYA here, and as promised, you guys smashed the like goal on the agent deck profile that made day 2 of the YCS. Our boy Julian has come back to show us some combo tutorials with the deck. This is P.U.N.K Agents. It's absolutely savage. This is the man who almost did the savaging, and you may have seen him on the feature match dealing with someone who was the opposite of savage, but I'm not going to cheese on that too much because we got too much business to
Neither
get
here
into.
nor there.
Exactly. So my friend, first, how are you doing today? Second, what are you going to show us?
Doing pretty good. Went to the casino, lost a little bit of money, but that's besides the point. If you want to help me recoup my losses, subscribe to Big Game Home Video on YouTube.
Oh yeah, link in the description, guys.
Other than that, you know, got a couple combos. You know, the with P.U.N.K stuff, without P.U.N.K stuff, and the one I'll start with is just Venus by itself kills your opponent.
Perfect. Let's see it.
It just kills if, you know, if your opponent doesn't have anything, like if you hand trap them and they pass, but you know, the potential's there. So you start off with the best card in the deck, Venus. You're gonna pay 500, summon a Shine Ball from your deck. Oh, well, actually, it's Venus and a card to discard. Sorry. So Valor will be your discard. So you pay 500, you summon a Shine Ball, pay 500 again, you summon a second Shine Ball. You could summon a third if you want. There's not really much of a difference. I just like doing it 2 and then 1. Don't know why, but you link them off. You summon Moon. Yeah, I'm doing this upside down, so it'll be a little rough. So you summon Moon. When Moon's summoned, you could send a card that lists Sanctuary in the Sky from your deck to the graveyard. So you're going to send Majesty Hyperion, and when he's in the grave or in your hand, you could banish an agent and summon it from your hand or graveyard, which is a lot of time your follow-up. So another thing is, if you have like Ash, you usually want to Ash the Moon, if not all the time, because cutting off Majesty Hyperion is huge.
So not only are we learning how to play the deck, we're learning how to play against the deck. Here we go.
Yeah, you know, you got a couple things here and there, and then you'll pay 500 again for another Shine Ball.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll link the Shine Ball and the Moon off into Lord Parshath.
Oh,
so he is. You could discard a card, add a card that lists Sanctuary in the Sky in its text. So this is why you need the discard. So you discard your card, and then you add regular Hyperion to your hand.
Okay. And his summoning condition is banish one to summon?
You banish an agent from your hand or graveyard to summon him from your hand. So he can only be from the hand, which is kind of upsetting, but this card was also made in like 2011, 2012, so.
True.
So you add Master Hyperion, and then you turn the Parshath and the Venus into... I don't have my access code on me. So you turn it into access code, and you target the Parshath. So now he's at 53. And now you have 2 agents in your grave, because the Link monster, Moon, it has agent in its name. So you could banish the Moon, summon the Hyperion, pop a card. You could pop a card with access code. And then you banish the other agent, and you summon Majesty Hyperion. So like this is well over 8,000. So that's just like Venus with a discard by itself is more than half the time lethal. So if you're playing against a deck and they summon Venus and you have no cards, just scoop it up.
Save yourself that time. Or better yet, stall for time, because you have to pay life points to play.
No, we don't do that here.
No.
Yeah. So that was combo 1. Alright. Well, this is just Foxy Tune and a discard, so it could be Shine Ball, sure. So, this is the reason I play Sharakusai, the fusion guy, because if you just have Foxy Tune, usually, because if you don't play Sharakusai, if you just have Foxy Tune, you kind of can't go anywhere with it, or at least that I know of. Like, you need more cards for that, but this one is just Foxy Tune by itself. It's not ideal, but it happens sometimes. So you do, you know, Foxy Tune, discard itself, and a card to discard, summon Xiamen, and then you pay 600 and add the Sharakusai, and then you have to use your normal summon, unfortunately. But you summon Sharakusai.
Boo. No, I'm just
you use his effect to fuse into the Rising card, because you could tribute it and summon 2 punks from your deck with different names, and they just can't be level 8. That part doesn't come up unless you're going for Psychic and Punisher. If not, then So then you just summon Xiamen and Deer Note.
Gotcha. Now, Julian, quick question: do they come out negated, or can you use their effects?
You could actually use their effects, which is also crazy.
Yeah.
So like a lot. So sometimes if you get to Carp somehow, like if you have to just normal summon Sharakusai, you could then use the Amen here and add another card if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn these two into Proxied Chaos Ruler, and then Deer Note will trigger because it was sent to the graveyard, and you target Xiamen to summon itself, and then you get that, and then you mill 5, and I guess for argument's sake, I'll just throw a pile of cards in the graveyard, including a dark, because you will need a dark. So boom, 5 cards. Wow, you milled pretty good.
Wow.
You milled Neptune and Venus? Wow, I'm so crazy. So you add Neptune to your hand because the reason Chaos Ruler is crazy in this deck too is because you can mill an Agent or Majesty Hyperion, including the Life Neptune, because you could discard him and summon like Venus back from your graveyard so you could keep going. But for this was just, off Foxy Tune. So you Synchro, or no, you don't Synchro, sorry. You link into our good old pal Halqifibrax.
Oh yeah.
And you use this effect to summon Earth, because Earth is a level 2 tuner, and that's very important. So you summon Hulk, and then this is like, you have no other cards, right? So now you use the other effect of Chaos Ruler, banish a light and a dark, and you do this, and then like, you pass, and then your opponent's first action in the main phase is like, I don't know, summon Aliber. So then you go Hulk, summon Formula, and then you get another draw. And then you use Formula to fast Synchro, and you make the boy Hot Red King Calamity, and you say, it's my turn again.
Yep.
That's all off Foxy Tune, and then like, when the turn passes back to you, you just kill them more than half the time. So that's it for that's just Foxy Tune by itself, with a card to discard and you mill the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do just straight up Agent combo now.
Here we go.
So,
the moment you've all been waiting for.
So a lot of the cards are kind of redundant because they're all kind of like the same thing. So this is just like what you can do with the agents without the punk stuff. So like, you drew a handful of agents, you don't have E-Tel, you don't have anything else. It's whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's just you start with normal summon Earth, use its effect, add a agent. If you had Sanctuary in the Sky, you could add Master Hyperion, but I cut Sanctuary in the Sky because it's not very good.
It does nothing, right?
So it's only good because you used to need it for Christia, because the Parshath link, when you have Sanctuary up, you get at any fairy you want, so you could just add Christia to your hand and cheat it out.
Right.
But I'd rather just, skip their turn instead of just like locking them out of special summoning.
Fair
enough. This is Summon Earth. You go Summon Earth, and then you use the effect of Neptune in your hand to summon the Venus from your hand. So now you have Venus and Earth, and now you're gonna summon some balls.
Oh, big balls. Beetlejuice got big balls.
Again, you could. So also another cool thing is the monster you summon off Neptune can't be tributed. So like, hypothetically, if they nibbed you, you get to keep the Venus. It's not really that relevant, but when Verte was a card, it used to be relevant because if they nibbed you, you got to keep the Venus and then make Verte. But I didn't get nibbed that often, or I didn't get nibbed when I had a monster with Neptune, so it didn't really come up that much. So now you take your 2 Shine Balls and you make Moon. For argument's sake, I'm going to move the monster, because zone placement's not very important, except you always want to have like the zone where Moon points to open, just in case, because you never know. So now you have Moon. You use the effect of Moon to send Majesty again.
Okay.
Wherever it went. Again, if you have Ash, you always Ash the Moon because stopping them from getting the Majesty Hyperion is huge because it just stops me from going on, if that makes sense.
No,
so
yeah.
now you summon the third Shine Ball. Again, it doesn't matter when you summon this third Shine Ball. You could do all three at once. I don't know why I like doing it that way, but I do. It's whatever. Then you turn Moon and the Shine Ball into Parshath. And then you use the effect of Parshath, just discard a card. And add, so because you're not going for game, so like, if you're going second, you could add Master Hyperion, but because you're going first, you're going to add the Fallen Sanctuary Trap, which is just, on activation, it sets your Rota spell from your deck, so it guarantees you follow-up, and then you banish a fairy to just imperm. So like, alongside what else you have, you like imperm them too. So then from here, you can banish to summon back Majesty Hyperion. Now, if you know what you're playing against, you could turn these. You could turn the Hyperion and Earth into Master Flare Hyperion, just as like a banish. And although at this point it doesn't really do anything because usually there's some hands where like you have to make Master Flare and send Venus, but because you didn't need to do that, you don't have to make Master Flare. So usually what I like to do is I just like to turn these into a Baron.
True.
Or this wasn't in my deck at the YCS, but I put Changing in, so you could make Changing as well. So you make a Baron, and then you turn the Parshath and Venus into an Apollosa for 2. So this is just like off the agent stuff alone. It doesn't seem that crazy, but you have 3 monster negates, plus follow-up, and a Baron negate. Just all off your agent cards. So like, from this point on, like for argument's sake, like my last card in hand's Emergency Teleport, I get the access to the punks, and that's just like infinitely more things. I mean, if you want, I could add on and.
So let's say you did have the punks too, and that you got through this like, whole combo.
Yeah. So, say my hand was that crazy. So now you have this. So like, you're not getting the Beerroot at all. So you go teleport, you do your Xiamen thing, you go summon Xiamen, pay at, what's her face, Foxy Tune, and then you discard the Foxy Tune and the other card in your hand. For Deer Note, you make the Ruler.
Our best friend Proxy Ruler.
You make Proxy Ruler, and then you mill. I'm not gonna mill because at this point it doesn't matter. And then you turn these 2 into Hulk again. So now you have Hulk, and then Hulk summons another Earth from your deck.
And for those who missed the deck profile, how many Earth are we playing?
3.
Oh yeah. In case you guys missed the deck profile, absolutely check it out. You'll see it. It'll be in a pinned comment down below. You can just click on the channel. Julian goes through everything in detail, so you can check it out. Anyway, you were saying? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, you play 3 Earth, even though Earth, like, by itself doesn't do anything, because a certain rank 2 plant monster is forbidden, but it's, still a Stratos. You would play 3 Stratos if you can. Now, where was I? So now you have Earth off Hulk, and then you have a Dark Monster because you sent it off Majesty Hyperion, so now you can bring back the Proxy Ruler, and now you pass on Hulk into Hot Red with a Baron and an Apollos and a Trap. Now, argument's sake, they draw for turn. They're like, ooh, I drew Imperm or whatever. Or something happens where, like, you can't access Hot Red anymore. You could at least tag Hulk out into Pluto. And because the Trap card is considered Sanctuary in the Sky, you get the fast effect of Book of Moon. So, like, if the Hot Red game plan doesn't go through, you have a Book of Moon, 2 Appaloosa negates, a Baron negate, and a Monster negate. And I don't know what deck you're playing, but I don't think you're getting through that.
Dude, I don't think so either. This is pretty wild. And a lot of these are not off of a lot of cards. Obviously, you're playing the P.U.N.K engine as a backup, which just ensures, you know, longevity. But, man, big props. And can you just hold that Pluto card a little closer to the screen?
Yeah. Sorry for the glare. I tried my best.
No, it's okay, bro. I understand. That's cool. That's cool. I want to make sure I was thinking of the right guy.
Yeah. And then obviously there's like a lot more different like lines you can do. But it's like a lot of the time it's like heat of the moment, like, oh, I could do this now or this now.
Now, excuse me. Before we close out, Julian, I want to ask you: are there any like, you know, things that the future agent players should know, tips or tricks of the trade? Because you've been playing this deck for a while and you've gone through different iterations of the builds. What is your parting words of wisdom?
Oh, geez, parting words of wisdom. Don't forget that a lot of your cards have more than one effect. Don't forget about the Sacred Waters in the Sky has in-graveyard battle protection for some of your cards. And Pluto can actually reset the trap card from your deck. Also, biggest word of advice, always, never respect Nibiru Game 1.
Never?
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. If they have it, they have it.
So that's how I have to choose to play, is if they have it, then they have it, and just take the risk.
And if you know you're losing a game, scoop it up because you're probably going to go into time because everyone's going to read your cards.
Yeah. All right, fair enough, Brother Julian. Anything else before we close out?
I don't think so.
All right, here, I'll do one for you. Everyone go subscribe to Big Game Home Video. Link in the description down below. My man is an artiste. You should definitely go peep his videos. We're going to be doing a collab soon on this thing called the Jewel Anime. You guys are going to love it. We're
bringing it back.
We're bringing it back. Anyway, guys, that's it for this awesome combo tutorial on the agents. Leave any of your questions in the comments down below, and I'll talk to Julian at Locals about them. Anyway, Logan JYA signing off. Have a great day. I'll see you chumps later. Peace.
Bye.
心の隙間埋め